The day R10 showed Neymar, who's the GOAT, was straight up soccer fire, featuring an epic comeback at the rival's home turf, a hat trick from Ronaldinho, and Neymar bagging the year's sickest goal. This legendary match went down on July 27, 2011, in a hype match between Flamengo and Santos for the 11th round of the Brazilian Championship. On one side, you had Neymar Jr., just 19 and living his prime at Santos, hyped as Brazil's next big thing in soccer. On the flip side, veteran Ronaldinho at 31 was seeing his star dim back in Brazil after a roller coaster ride in Europe. It was the perfect showdown of different gen eras, Neymar on the rise and Ronaldinho battling father time. Still, the game had mad hype. Two soccer giants clashing, and what a show it was. Early on, Santos, with Neymar on fire, was owning the game. Just 4 minutes in, Flamengo fumbles the ball mid-pitch and Santos goes on the attack. Neymar gets the ball, schools a defender, then passes to midfielder Elano, who quickly feeds striker Borges, who slots it home with style. Before 5 minutes were up, and before Ronaldinho even touched the ball, Neymar's squad had already netted one. Flamengo tried to clap back after the goal, with a 1-2 with Ronaldinho passing to striker Luis Antonio, but it was a no-go. 10 minutes in, midfielder Elano botches a back pass straight to Ronaldinho, who goes beast mode on the defenders. Showing off his magic, he dribbles past two Santos players and shoots with his left. But the keeper, on his toes, pulls off a sick save with his fingertips. A few minutes later, after Santos slips up in defense, Ronaldinho's back at it, finding space for a shot. But again, Santos' keeper Rafael is there to deny him. That's when Ronaldinho realizes he's got to level up his genius and guts to beat the keeper. Not even a minute later, Neymar steps up, intercepting a pass mid-pitch. He charges forward, passing to Gonzo, who flicks it back for Neymar to shoot, but the keeper blocks it. The ball ricochets to Neymar, who even from the ground manages to assist Borges for another goal. Another stunning play by Neymar, this time with an assist for the goal. Just 16 minutes in, and Ronaldinho's squad is down by 2, needing a serious comeback. Soon after, Flamengo gets a golden chance when striker David finds himself in the box, keeperless. But he fumbles the ball, hitting his shin and missing the shot. Seemed like luck wasn't wearing Flamengo's jersey. After that close call for Neymar's team, it was his turn to shine. Receiving the ball mid-pitch, he dribbles past a player, plays a 1-2 through the defenders, and goes on the attack. Facing 3 Flamengo defenders, he decides to take them on, dribbling and evading. With his sheer brilliance, he breaks into the box and scores an absolute stunner. Neymar totally schooled like half the opposing team and scored one of the most epic goals ever. That goal was so lit, it later snagged the Puskás Award for the sickest goal of the year. At this point in the game, 26 minutes in, with Santos leading Flamengo 3-0, most peeps would think flipping the script was a no-go. But they were sleeping on the fact that there was a soccer wizard named Ronaldinho on the field. And with him, anything was still game. 2 minutes later, Ronaldinho's squad went all out on the attack, desperate to switch up the scoreboard. After Luis Antonio slung the ball from the right and crossed it into the box, Ronaldinho was right there, face to goal. And this time he didn't miss his shot, netting his first goal of the game. With the score looking like a total drag, Ronaldinho didn't even bother to celebrate. He just grabbed the ball from the net, eager to get back to the game, knowing there was a ton of ground to cover. That goal sparked a glimmer of hope for Flamengo, needing 2 more to draw level. Minutes later, Ronaldinho's team hit the gas again, and with another cross from the right, Flamengo scored another, this time a header from midfielder Thiago Neves. Just like Ronaldinho, Thiago Neves didn't waste time celebrating, grabbed the ball from the net, and rushed to restart the play. The game was all kinds of intense and fast-paced, with 5 goals scored in under 30 minutes. And just 5 minutes later, Ronaldinho's crew was at it again, scoring a goal that got called offside. In another Flamengo push, Ronaldinho whipped out a slick backheel pass in the box to Thiago Neves. But the opposing keeper made a solid save. That's when peeps started to believe a Flamengo comeback was on the cards. And if Neymar didn't step up soon, the tide could turn. And step up he did, taking the ball midfield on the left. He blitzed forward with his signature speed and got shoved in the box, earning a penalty. Veteran Elano was tapped for the kick, going bold with a chip shot down the middle. But Flamengo's keeper made light work of it, even showing off with some keepy-uppies. That miss could have widened the gap and maybe sealed the deal, but it kept Ronaldinho's squad's hopes burning. Not long after, with minutes ticking down in the first half, Flamengo went on the offensive and won a corner. Ronaldinho delivered a killer corner kick, finding his teammate David, who flicked it in for a goal. The first half wrapped up tied 3-3 with Ronaldinho and Neymar each having scored and assisted, keeping the game tight. The second half kicked off balanced, with both teams creating solid chances. And just 5 minutes in, Neymar decided to show why he was Brazil's next big thing. On a Santos counter, Neymar got a perfect pass, leaving him one-on-one with the keeper. With his mad skills, he controlled the ball and finished with finesse, adding another goal for his team and widening their lead. By then, Neymar was on fire, with 2 goals and an assist, playing like a total boss. But the game wasn't over, and Ronaldinho still had some magic up his sleeve to possibly flip the script. Moments later, a back pass to Flamengo's keeper almost gave Neymar's team another chance to extend their lead, but the keeper was on point, averting further damage. The game was fire, and at the 13-minute mark of the second half, Ronaldinho's team got a free kick from way out. Still, it was a major threat because Ronaldinho was on the kick. He decided to whip in a cross, and David, who had already nailed a header earlier, went for another solid header. But Santos' keeper managed to save it. A few minutes later, Ronaldinho, with the ball at midfield, tried to solo his way through the defense, but lost the ball at the last defender. Ronaldinho was all in, ready to do whatever to win this game. It wasn't long before Ronaldinho and his squad were on the attack again, with Ronaldinho shooting, the ball deflecting off a defender, and falling to Thiago Neves, who was offside. That was Flamengo's second no-go goal for being offside, but it didn't seem to shake the team's vibe. Soon after, Ronaldinho went for another attack, sending a pass that was just too strong. As the minutes ticked by, it felt like Ronaldinho's Flamengo was inching closer to tying it up, and that's exactly what went down at the 21-minute mark. Ronaldinho near the box tries to dribble past the defenders but gets fouled. The spot, just 19.9 meters out, was prime real estate for a free kick, especially with Ronaldinho, one of the world's free kick masters, stepping up. With that signature Ronaldinho flair, he opts for a low shot under the wall as the defenders jump, expecting a lofted shot. Boom! Ronaldinho nets a stunning goal, pulling his team back to a tie. At this stage, the Neymar versus Ronaldinho showdown was neck and neck again, each with 2 goals and an assist, both showing off big time. If the game ended here, it'd already be legendary, but fate was about to pick a winner. Neymar was also hungry for the win, trying to break through on the left, tumbling in the box, but no foul was called this time. Minutes later, he tries another solo run, getting fouled by Flamengo's players. Neymar kept pushing, getting the ball in the box, making space for a shot, but it went wide. Then, Neymar tries another solo, dribbling past a defender and shooting wide again. Despite Neymar's sick performance, fate had chosen Ronaldinho's night. 35 minutes into the second half, on a Flamengo counter, Ronaldinho, unmarked, gets the ball and doesn't miss, scoring his 3rd of the game. People were shook. Ronaldinho just hit a hat trick in a game against Neymar that started with his team down 3-0. It was like something out of a movie, but it was real. After that epic comeback, Ronaldinho's squad held on for 13 minutes, sealing a 5-4 win over Neymar's team. This day went down in soccer history as the most beautiful match of the Brazilian Championship. A legendary face-off between 2 of Brazil's all-time greats, with Ronaldinho proving he's the top dog. Despite the loss, Neymar still got the Puskás Award for the year's sickest goal. He also realized he had to level up big time to match Ronaldinho's genius, who, even past his prime, showed the world he's the real dribble king.